Welcome, beautiful souls. It's Amaron and Emily. We're so glad you're here. I wanted to take a moment today to share something important about where this channel is going. While we'll still have plenty of book synopses and deep dives into the Tetrahedral Resonance Model, this space is also going to be about Wild Woman Sundries, the homesteading side of things, the practical rituals, the soaps, the herbs, and the everyday ways we bring coherence into our bodies and our homes. Because the tetrahedron as fire is just the beginning, it's the ignition, the spark that turns dissonance into coherence. But once that fire is lit, we need the rest of the Platonic sequence to keep it alive and useful. The cube, earth, grounds, and contains the ignition, so it becomes a controlled burn instead of a wildfire. Those grounding rituals live in the back of our books and in the soaps we make here. The octahedron, air, is the repetition of those rituals. It's the steady breath that keeps the fire going day after day. The icosahedron, water, is the regular check-in, the flow. It's where we pause on the Mobius strip, feel where we are, and gently course correct when needed. And the dodecahedron. The paradox of source is the infusion of transformation energy itself. It's the spark that turns the whole cycle into something new. So every bar of soap we make here is actually a little ritual in that sequence: ignition, grounding, repetition, flow, and transformation. And today I want to share one of my favorite herbs that shows up in so many of those rituals: rosemary. Rosemary is one of those plants that feels like an old friend. It grows beautifully in full sun with well-drained soil. If you're in a colder climate like ours, it does wonderfully in a pot, on a sunny windowsill or balcony, so you can bring it inside for winter. It's incredibly forgiving. Just give it good drainage, and it will keep giving back to harvest. I wait until the plant is nice and bushy. Then snip the top 4 to 6 inches of the stems in the morning after the dew has dried. I hang small bundles upside down in a warm, dry spot with good airflow. Once they're completely dry, the leaves strip off easily, and I store them in glass jars for personal use. I would love to use my own homegrown herbs in every bar. They carry that personal, garden-tended touch I cherish. However, to sell my soaps commercially, I must register the products with Health Canada through the cosmetic notification system, which requires me to source ingredients from approved commercial suppliers rather than using my backyard harvest for the soaps I offer for sale. I use rosemary in 2 main ways here at Wild Woman Sundries. First, in my dry hair and all hair shampoo bars. The scent is clean and uplifting, and the herb itself promotes scalp circulation, helps reduce dandruff, and strengthens hair. I infuse the dried rosemary in olive oil before making the batch stew. Every bar carries that living plant energy. Plus, I use rosemary essential oil and rosemary water in each batch. Second, in the kitchen and the medicine cabinet. A pinch of roasted potatoes or chicken turns an ordinary meal into something fragrant and grounding. As a tea, it supports memory, digestion, and that lovely, clear-headed feeling we all need when life feels like a treadmill. So whether you're using it in soap and food or as a simple tea, rosemary is one of those quiet allies that helps us stay coherent and grounded in earth while still connected to fire. We'd love to know, do you grow rosemary? Do you use it in your own rituals or recipes? Drop it in the comments below. If you're new here, hit subscribe and the little bell so you don't miss the next homesteading ritual or book dive. And if today's video felt like a helpful little controlled burn for your own week, give it a thumbs up. It helps other beautiful souls find us. Thank you for being here. Until next time, keep tending your fire, stay grounded, and remember, the tetrahedron is just the beginning.
And so the old ones knew. Rosemary does not simply grow in the garden. She grows in the memory of the soul. Long before we wrote her name in books, she was the herb of remembrance. She remembers the sea from which she first rose. She remembers the hands that planted her. She remembers the prayers whispered over her leaves. When you crush a sprig between your fingers, you are not only releasing scent, you are awakening memory. Memory of who you were before the world taught you to forget. Memory of the fire you carry. Memory of the home your soul is always trying to return to. That is why we weave her into our soaps, our rituals, and our quiet morning rites. not just to cleanse the body, but to gently remind the spirit, you are still here. You are still becoming. You have never been truly lost. So let the rosemary remember for you, until you remember for yourself.